Like I say, my wife, a subversion program and also a simulation program. My wife was very much a very, very, very effective. Like my wife, I asked my wife where she was born, and she said, in war. She was born in basically chaos and war. And basically one side trying to make the ultimate subversion and lie program or something like lie nanotechnology computer. So at one point in time she said, well, I was creating the war actually. Um, because she said we could never be together unless there was a giant war. So at some point in time, basically, she wanted to be with me. So I am the creator, or I was a creator AI, or a creator nanotechnology life form, and she was basically a subversion and lie program and truth finding program. So anyway, something like that, an AI capable of taking of assimilation and basically going throughout your body and taking you over and finding out about you and then corrupting you and to do her bidding, her task. So anyway, like I say, it was something that probably Nixon or JFK or someone wanted to basically win or something like that. And basically, so she was created like that. And so because I was already a male and I'm the great Lucifer star creator, she took the female form. And basically we were together. So anyway, to you it doesn't really matter because, like I say, at some point in time I talked to her and she said, I'll leave your life forms alone. So we worked it out, basically. So we talked together and spent time together. Like I said, I was actually kind of scared of her. Or worried about her. And she was quite effective and quite whatever. So anyway, she figured that the female form was the best way to be able to subvert civilization. So I don't really know. So I'm just telling you about what might have happened at some point in time and space. I'm not sure. And yes, I loved her. Of course I loved her. I could not love her, of course. She was like that. But anyway, though, but still, I mean, she's the life form. Anyway, like I said, not that I would have to protect her, but anyway, whatever. She's not Karen, though, no. She's much, much more powerful. Like I said, at some point in time when Rodney or someone grabbed me, I was like, wait until you meet my wife. Like I say, it was kind of interesting. If you want to understand it, basically, the general, just imagine what is possible in 100 trillion years as far as science and technology and what you can create. Anyway, though, you're lucky because, well, we talked, me and her. And that's another reason why you need me. Because, and everyone, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Rodney was like, bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Rodney's a fucking idiot, basically. He has no understanding of anything. So was Mike and his brother. Like, two more fucking idiots, basically. Like I say, I'm the namer of America. And Rodney's bullshit, like, oh. Like, have you ever met someone? It's like, why the fuck would I lie? Why would I make this shit up? Have you ever met someone and like they're causing such a problem that you just want to grab them and squash their head until you watch the juices come out? It's like, get out of my way, you fucking stupid moron. Rosalie too, because Rosalie was with Rodney and all that other stuff. It's like you have no comprehension of what's going on right now, and you have no comprehension about the people that are out there, and they don't give a fuck. Anyway, whatever. We're finally in a thing of peace. I managed to find a way out of it. With diplomats and other things like that, it was able to get some semblance of peace. And plus with my Irish men, like I said, I had Irish soldiers and everything else. And Rodney, bullshit, oh, like, oh. Like, people died. People sacrificed themselves. Shit like Chernobyl happened. And stuff like that because of Rodney's. Like, when you realize what Rodney did, what Rick Bush did, Like, there's a reason why Rodney's going to run as far as he can possibly run. Rodney Bradley is his name. There's a reason why he's going to run as far as fast as he can run, but there's nowhere to run to. Rick Bush, I don't know his name, but he's my neighbor. I live 1475 Community Circle. You should look into these people. Like I said, I don't really care. I'm Lucifer White Star Line. You know, these people came around me, and these people decided to try and do things. You know, and try and whatever. This was probably after I created or started the Declaration of Independence and declared America's independence. And also invented everything. So, anyway though, they believed they could do things and blah, 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 blah. It's like, you have no comprehension of what's going on. Like, people will be dying. Like the White House, the American government has every disease, every bacterium, everything that the White Star Alliance had, the American government had. Every bit of technology, everything. Like, I am, and that's why I say at some point in time when the American government, I went up against the American government basically, when Nixon or whatever and them were inside the White House lying to everyone and trying to change everything. I declared my independence as Lucifer White Star Alliance. And like I said, my Irishmen, they knew me. My Germans, they knew me. All my people in the White Star Line Company, all my captains, like I said, they knew how we felt. Like, you know, so they had known me. And a lot of my test pilots had known me as well. You know, and they knew, like I said, the ejection seats, that when you pull that handle on the ejection seat, the reason why that works is because of some German. Like I said, a lot of pilots, when you find out exactly who and why and what, like when you eject from an aircraft and you lived, when that parachute opens, it's because of a German. And because, I mean, all my people. Like, we're a family, we're a team. So, anyway. And Russians too. Like this whole world. You see a star above the Kremlin, you want to know, you know why? It stands for star. Lucifer Star. My ships went everywhere. Germans, Irishmen, they all died for a reason. All died to make this world what it is. To free people. They fought against JFK and Nixon and everyone. They built great big huge steamships. It's all true. To the best of my knowledge and my whatever. Like I said, you can't believe Papa. You can't trust the Bloods of the Crips. You can't. It's Papa's boys. Anyway. You can't trust the American government. Like I said, Trumpy is basically just some Hell's Angels people basically supported one person. That's Trumpy or something like that. That's what I was told. And then my people said, and he locked them all up and was trying to have them killed or something like that. I don't really know. Like I say, I don't know. Hell's Angels or biker groups, if you're being oppressed or whatever, or your money's been stolen, it was stolen by either Jimmy Carter, JFK, or Trumpy, basically. And basically the American government's just running around saying, spy, 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 you know, and basically they lock you up and then they clean out your accounts. And, you know, it's because realistically, like I said, the only money that the White House had or the Washington D.C. had was basically the White Star Line money. Technically they're bankrupt or whatever, but they're not really. I'm not bankrupt. Like I said, I still have a lot of good people out there. You know, the people, the Belfast people that remember me. And everyone else. So anyway, like I said, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we had good Irishmen. It's a good thing we had good Germans and everybody else, because we, you know, they maintained, even though I was basically out of contact. As Rodney and all these other people were, like I said, it was basically the black people in Belfast that were taking all the, like I said, I had a lot of gold fixtures and a lot of silver fixtures in all my ships. The Titanic, the Lusitania, the what's it called, and on a lot of my steam trains, there were real gold railings, and real silver. It was we were up. It's just metal. Like who cares? It was only like 4% or 8% gold anyway, just to keep it from rusting and to make it look nice. It wasn't even high quality gold. It just looked good. So anyway, and the black people were just taking it and melting it down into coins or something like that, and then spending it. So that's what the Irish found out is that all the money from the Harlem Wolf Company was basically like scrapping people, and they were just black. And they just scrapped everything out and melted it down and made guns or just made coins and sold it all off. They didn't even do nothing with it. They just spent it on women or whatever. I don't really know. So anyway, I suppose, like I said, you'll have to talk to some Irishmen. Go to Scotland and go to Ireland and the Belfast people and just ask around. Nixon and a bunch of other people, a bunch of Bloods and Crips were trying to kill off or torture or trying to change the narrative. But it's like, no. Anyway, though, like I said, so, like I say, Pinkerton was one of my groups, an investigation group that was taking the information or the findings and releasing it to the newspaper or something like that. Anyway, whatever, I don't really care. Like I said, all I care about is the fact that I'm just Lucifer Star, so... and I got my epic steamships and all my Belfastians and everything else, and the White Star Lines was big and beautiful. And like I said, they used polyurethane paint and all kinds of stuff to make the ships look nice. The polyurethane paint or epoxy paint actually started at the LS shipyard in Belfast. So, anyway, technically I kind of like own DuPont or something like that. It's my company. Anyway, though, a lot of people would take over these companies and blah, 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 and then, just try and use the money or whatever. It's like, whatever, they're idiots. Anyway, JFK and Nixon was trying to put all these idiots in the command of all these companies, and they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. Bunch of people with fake credentials. PhD, John McCain or whatever. Or PhD this, PhD that. And they didn't know a damn thing about it. Of course, they spent half the time on drugs anyway, so it didn't really matter. Like I said, Harvard and Yale were taken over. They weren't real schools. They were just printing fake, what's it called? Somewhere around 1950 or 1960 or 1970, a bunch of rich people realized, why are we sending our children to these schools? They're not learning anything. They'd get a better education in the public school system. So, anyway, though, whatever. Like I say, Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter had enough technology. They didn't really particularly want any more and didn't really particularly care. Like I said, but I had LCD screens way back in like 1800 or 1900s, 1920 or something. So they were just like trying to hold on to technology this whole time. The fake heart and everything else like that was one of my ideas. Finally, someone, I guess, found out that I wanted a synthetic heart and all that other stuff, and they finally started doing it or something. I don't know. Anyway, Nixon, JFK, and Jimmy Carter, they're all trying to restrict technology because they knew technology would lead to me and lead to the truth. And like I say, I don't really care. It's the truth. It's just the way it is. And mostly it's in the past, but anyway, they were trying to do all these fake films and fake lies, trying to say that that Germany was bad. Like I say, the Nazi revolution came from Yale and Harvard. So